you name it, this crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Minnesota Vikings.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
The final playoff push is upon us. It's week 12 of the NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone, and they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. Up past the 30 to the 31.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A gain there of 21 yards. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. He's able to muscle him here as he pulls it in. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere, and they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people, but you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well, and that's what they just did on that play.
Touchdown, Minnesota. Justin Jefferson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Vikings take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead.
7, Eagles nothing.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25.
25-yard line.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. Throwing on first is Wentz. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them. And the screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game. They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
They fake the give. Now Wentz. They're trying for Rager, but it's intercepted. Picked up for the 33. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Now, this is a defense that can confuse even the best of quarterbacks with their zone schemes. And here you've got a linebacker that's going to stay at home and just sit down in that zone. And this one basically comes right to him.
Going to give this time to the tailback. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
34.
Tackle made that time by Brandon Graham.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now. Hopefully get to the 40 or lower. Let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
9 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
That was a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Past the 35, maybe dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. 17 yards, first down, Vikings.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
They'll try to throw now. Cousins. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 11 more on that one and another first down. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front order yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A handoff as they run the counter play. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A yard in the wrong direction makes third down tougher. Third down and 9.
3rd and 9.
Quick toss outright, and he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play, and it'll be 4th down. And his kick is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So chalk that down as an 8-play drive, capture the field goal.
As a friend of mine used to say, they've been moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And the interception last time on the opponent's side of the field, certainly not what they wanted.
That is so frustrating because that signifies there's a drive going on. You're in a good spot, great place to run some of your best offense. Instead, they turn the ball over.
They turned the ball over last time. See if they can avoid doing it here. First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. The tackle made there by Harrison Smith. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Working from the gun. Wentz. Open man. It's Rager. He's got it. And he is going to have an Eagles first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. That gain on 3rd down, good for 28. Into the red zone. Wentz. And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line. He's sacked. Daniil Hunter able to record his 5th sack of the season. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. 10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Wentz. And that is incomplete.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Caught by the tight end Ertz. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Jalen Reagor with touchdown number 7 on the year. There the Eagles are back within a score. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Vikings 10, Eagles 7.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep. And this will not be returned. It'll come out.
5-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
3rd down and 12.
The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Looking for Thielen. It's intercepted. Picked up by Gary. And the return here will go to the 31-yard line. That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
A really nice gain of 25 yards. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. On the gun, it's Wentz. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
On 2nd and goal, Wentz. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Carson Wentz with 2 first-half touchdown passes. And the Eagles have taken the lead. And that makes it 14-10.
Makes the score Eagles 14, Vikings 10. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll move the chains.
10 at the 36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Cousins. Lets it fly for Thielen. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Sure, that pass was incomplete as they made an attempt to get a big one downfield. But that's okay because the second part of that is if you don't get the completion, at least you've told the defense you're trying to stretch them out a little bit, and they may have to change accordingly.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll grab a gain of 5 out of this up to the 41-yard line.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
He's taken down.
That was just absolute perfect man coverage. Nowhere for them to go with the football. Led to a sack. And that's really difficult to do in today's NFL with all these gazelles running around that you're trying to cover in the secondary.
On fourth down, here's Jamie Gillen on to punt. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. On the return, Jackson. A solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. Offense set to begin their next drive. They're starting to pull away with this one. Early on that first quarter, they didn't look so great offensively. What has changed?
Sometimes it's just a matter of doing what you plan to do better. Sometimes you just put that all together and you execute. Other times it's just a simple adjustment in your game plan, finding a spot that maybe was a little weaker than maybe you thought, and going to that. So many different things, so many different ways, but right now, you got to like what they're doing. They have put distance between themselves and their opponent.
Looking to add on here in the second quarter. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
First down, Eagles.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 41. Here's Wentz to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
Josh Jacobs.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
2nd and 5 at the 36-yard line.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. This pass complete, Wentz to Ertz. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Viking 16.
It's a
good pick up there of 20 yards.
First down.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he'll take this one down near the 15. Credited with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
The passing game's been working quite well so far, but the running game's been a little bit of a struggle. That's a surprise to me. Typically, when you can throw it, you've opened up lanes for your runners.
And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
And that's one of those plays where it's hard to keep 2 eyes on the football when you know the contact's coming, let alone getting 2 hands around it, hugging it to your body, and absorbing the hit. Even for those big tight ends, who you would think can absorb that contact.
To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped him free from his grasp.
The kick by Elliott is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
Now I think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. A loss on that play, and now third down gets tougher. 3rd and 6. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. There's an opening past the 40. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now, here's an inside give. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing is Cousins. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
A gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 7.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And he hits him in stride. Seconds of the first half, and the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Sly on for the extra point. And he gets it to go, and they're all even, 17 apiece. 17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. Short kick. One of the up middle taken now. A lane opens here. He's past the 30. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And this will make it into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped it.
10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that would give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up. On first down, they go with Jacobs again. And he's got this to the 30 before being taken down. It's a gain of 34. If they're going to try to complete this comeback, they need more runs like that from him, because until that point, he's been virtually shut down.
And based on where they are right now in this game, you'd expect the ball to be in the air, but his ability to really
under pressure, and he will go down. Sack back at the 38. Daniil Hunter in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Another try after the first down sack. Wentz into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
Following the interception, Cousins throwing into traffic there, and that's complete. They'll contain him to just 4. Second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
They go play action. Cousins. First down and much more here for Jones.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
A second down throw for Cousins. Looking for 30, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Maddox, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
So after the INT, here's Wentz. That's right. And now to the middle, and it's complete. It's a gain of 35.
But they didn't ease into that drive right out of the turnover. They go for the big shot downfield and hit it. A lot of teams have that opportunity, but not every coach is going to greenlight that type of a play call. I love their aggressiveness.
Yeah, throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. This ball complete to Rager. And down inside the 10 here before he's out of bounds, right around the 7. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Now a carry for Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
But forget knowing where the first down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front. And a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
Wentz going to go on 4th down. And that is going to be incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And it'll be a turnover on downs.
Is a turnover on downs.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He finds a man in the crossing route. And they work this out past the 25. That one goes for 24 yards.
First and 10 on the 26-yard line.
Cousins on first down. And that going incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. second down.
Well, that was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Open man is Thielen, it's complete. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. A first down and then some. Give them 29 yards. From the gun, here's Cousins. And it's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And they're going to be set down around the 15-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. From the red zone now, Cousins. Interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off inside the 5. And a terrific return as he'll take it up past the 35. Time the defense had other plans. They were already in field goal range, but boom, an interception.
I don't know if this was a case of being a little bit too greedy with the opportunity to put points on the board, but give credit to the guys on the defensive side. Hung in there, and made a key play.
The 34-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3. Wins. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there.
And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Josh Jacobs, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. And they will take a 7-point lead now.
Makes the score Eagles 24, Vikings 17.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Taken about 7 yards deep, and it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And they had a nice little drive going last time. Threw the interception in the red zone. Costly.
Bad enough to throw it anywhere, but that drives coaches insane when they're thinking about...
Now the hit comes, and Cousins lost the football.
That's like a running back going through the line. Quarterbacks have to be aware of protecting the football as well. He left it exposed that time. Wound up having it knocked free, but fortunately, had an alert teammate who was able to get it.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. A handoff as they run the counter play. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
20! And he is finally out of bounds, just shy of the 5, all the way down at the 6. A big hitter. That one goes for 40 yards.
Another productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
Give him 2 yards on that one. 2nd and goal now. Charles, this one not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points. Said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
On the play. It's 3rd down and goal to go.
3rd and goal, and keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory. And to give this time to the tailback. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. 4 yards, that gets him close to the goal line, but it also brings up a 4th and goal.
I know this is your spot, partner, so forgive me for jumping in, but there's no decision right here. They have to go for it in this situation. They're down on the scoreboard. How many other opportunities are you going to get?
Yeah, I'm with you. 4th quarter, like you said, down on the scoreboard. And remember here, a field goal virtually does them no good. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this thing up.
A lot of people might call this backyard football. Sometimes just understanding who you've got out wide and who you're going to throw it to. Give him an opportunity to go up and make a play, even when contested. Looks like that one worked out pretty well. The trust factor, in effect.
And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. Nothing separating these two sides. 24 all our score as he sends this one away. This taken in about 4 yards deep. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, final time in this 4th quarter to try and grab that lead back. And forget that 100-yard rushing game, at least for the moment, as he'll lose yardage here and fall back under the century mark for the game. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. To throw is Wentz. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. A nice little screen. They get 6 on 1st down.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Wentz going to throw. And his throw is going to be incomplete. He was trying to get it to Zach Ertz that time. 3rd down here. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this fourth quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Calling a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. He throws, and this is going to be incomplete. The Vikings unable to convert here on 4th. And the Eagles are going to take over in great field position. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. On 1st down, it's Jacobs. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go.
At the 17-yard
2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Wentz to throw. Flushed out right. He's going to take off. Oh, no, he lost the football. And the Vikings pick up the football.
Every play call that came in, there was a little discussion about, hey, we can seal this bad boy. We can really put ourselves in a great spot to take total control, and yet they find a way to cough it up.
Yeah, the 2-score game opportunity eludes them, and now a chance for the other side to come back here.
Yeah, that means defense has to go out there and make some plays themselves. That's what we call sudden change. Let's see if the defense is mentally ready to take care of it.
From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. A 2nd down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. Here's Cousins. Crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up from the 40. And he's able to get back here to the 43-yard line. When you talk about making winning plays, that is a winning play at this stage of the game. To come up with that interception, huge.
I like how you identified that because most people think winning plays are the offense trying to get it done. In this case, nursing a lead, they found a way to make a play on that side of the ball and maybe finish things off.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Wentz to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
And an Eagle 1st down.
Jacobs down. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go.
At the 31-yard line.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So it's a victory here for the Philadelphia Eagles, and they were really helped by their defense, forcing 3 turnovers.
I think what we saw in this one, today's defense. And what I mean by that is in the old days, pitching shutouts was big time. That was paramount. But the big thing was holding people down, holding down their yardage, right? Don't let them throw the ball through the air and gain a lot of... But now, it's about taking the ball away. Taking away possessions, getting the ball back for their offense. They had 3 takeaways in this one, and it led them to victory.
So for Philadelphia, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they'll return home next week to take on the New York Giants. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they go down to defeat for just the second time.